The Royal Rumble is coming up, and the question is who's gonna win it. And we got a big report today in regards to that. This is WrestleRound bringing you today's top 5 wrestling news and rumors. Make sure to have those notifications turned on, and let's get right into it. And let's start off today's coverage with an Undisputed report, as it looks like the new Undisputed Era name in AEW has been revealed. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish reunited in AEW a couple of weeks ago after a successful run in WWE NXT. Obviously though, they can use the Undisputed Era name because WWE owns the right to the name, and AEW recently filed for a new trademark that may have revealed the new name of the group, and that new faction name is Paragon. This has been registered for all wrestling purposes. The word Paragon means a person or thing regarded as a perfect example of a particular quality. And what gives it away that this will likely end up being the new faction name is the fact that back on December 29 edition of AEW Dynamite, Kyle O'Reilly used the term Paragon to describe the potential that they all have when they can actually coexist. So with them trademarking all of this and basically getting ready for them to be a faction, it kind of makes it feel like the stable will stay together. Even though right now Adam Cole is in the middle of sort of picking sides. He wants to be with Red Dragon and also the Young Bucks, but obviously the Young Bucks and Red Dragon doesn't really see it that way, and ultimately Adam Cole is gonna have to pick sides. So it feels like ultimately he will be with Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. Onto some other news. It looks like WWE is headed to Saudi Arabia once again. Andrew Zarian ended up indicating that the current plan is for that next pay-per-view to happen on Saturday, February 19. And this is again very interesting because usually in Saudi Arabia they do these events on Thursday afternoon instead. We got more updates in regards to the recent releases and why certain superstars like Samoa Joe were let go. According to Fightful Select, while WWE did not release an official statement on this last round of releases, the reason for Samoa Joe, William Regal, and so on being released is considered to be a further dismantling of the 2013 to 2021 vision of NXT and what Triple H had built. Initially, Samoa Joe was released from the main roster, then Triple H brought him back. Then in storyline faction, due to quote-unquote injury, he had to drop the title. But one thing that we know is that Samoa Joe is not done wrestling. Per Fightful, all of the sources they spoke to believe that Samoa Joe will return to the ring outside of WWE. Joe also teased about the fact that he is very excited about the future in general, including his, implying that he is not done. And this latest report is not really a surprise. Multiple sources right now are indicating that NXT morale backstage is at an all-time low. Usually this is something that we hear for the main roster, Raw or SmackDown, not NXT, but everything and how WWE has been handling NXT 2.0 hasn't been received well backstage by several people. If someone like William Regal is being released, who has all the professional wrestling experience ever that you will need from someone to mentor the younger talent, then you know that everybody else in the backstage is pretty much walking on eggshells. And the last report we are talking about, it's in regards to the Royal Rumble and the original plan heading into WrestleMania, which also kind of reveal who could be the next WWE champion. There is a lot on this single report, a lot of it coming from the Wrestling Observer newsletter, and things started right after the day one pay-per-view. In an update to what was supposed to happen in that main event of the show, Dave Meltzer reported that the original plan was for Seth Rollins to actually walk out with the WWE champion and not Big E. And that is because the plan was for Seth Rollins to have one of the main event at WrestleMania, likely night one, and go against the potential winner of the Royal Rumble, which was planned to be Big E. So Big E was gonna have a massive comeback storyline heading into the event, losing the WWE champion at day one, then winning the Royal Rumble, and then trying to get his title back at WrestleMania. The interesting thing about all of this is that the report indicates that this is still set to happen. Obviously, WWE is just gonna have to get there in a bit of a different way. So it seems like Big E is still scheduled to potentially win the Royal Rumble this year, and somewhere along the line, Brock Lesnar is gonna drop that title and it will lead to Seth Rollins having it. Whether we get Bobby Lashley beating Brock Lesnar for the title and then Seth Rollins getting it, or we get Brock Lesnar dropping it to Seth Rollins at a later pay-per-view, there is a lot of possibilities right now. But obviously when it comes to WWE, a lot of plans ultimately change. I mean, just look at the day one pay-per-view. Brock Lesnar was obviously not supposed to win the WWE title. So we will see if WWE sticks with the plan. That is what I got for you guys right now. Make sure to subscribe and leave a comment down below to enter our current giveaway ending at the end of this week, which is already coming in 2 days. Go ahead and answer who you think is gonna win the Royal Rumble this year. Stay savage, and I'll catch you on the next one.